Alright, welcome to the new channel, guys. Hope you all are okay. This is just gonna be an introductory video to the new channel. Forgive me, I don't know what's going on here and up here, but ignore all of that. Right? This video is basically an introduction to what I'm going to be doing on this channel. Some of y'all might know me, damn, might know me for the whole Call of Duty, American Truck Simulator, BMG, I set of course a thing over on TikTok and partially YouTube, right? But right now, I have a project that I'm going to take on, and I'm going to bring you guys along for it. Before I show you what the project is, I'm just going to give you a brief history. I'm going to tell you what it is, a brief history, and then I'm going to show it to you, right? I don't want to really make this video kind of long, and then I'll get into like the plans for the vehicle, right? And possibly what I've already done to the vehicle. Damn, this bump right here is so big. Anyways, ignore that. So I got a 2000 Honda Accord Tournier shape that I plan to modernize. And when I say modernize, I mean bring it up to modern standards. You know these modern vehicles come with certain features, specs, and all of that. That's what I plan to do. Nothing ridiculous, nothing insane. It's going to be a daily driver, family vehicle. I don't want to do anything too crazy with it, and it might just end up being a little fun vehicle, for me personally. But anyways, if you're new around here and you like to stick around for this series that's going to extend for God knows how long, recommend subscribing, turn on your notifications so you don't miss when I post, and leave your comments down below as it relates to any ideas, any suggestions, what you think I should do to the vehicle, all of that. Leave it down below. So let's get into the history of this vehicle. Alright, so found this vehicle on Facebook Marketplace listed as run and drive, but it has a power steering problem. If you know these type of vehicles, they come with electronic power steering. I was surprised by this because a 26-year-old car, and I thought that electronic power steering was a modern 2000, type of thing, but it comes with it. Apparently, the guy drove through some water and it started to give problem from there. Don't know how true it is when you come out to buying certain vehicle. I have to take everything you hear with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna bash the person though, but that's how him tell me. So it had problems starting, but we thought it was just the battery. Turned out it was a crank position sensor. That was a problem. Replaced that, car start fine now. Starter went bad, replaced the starter. Right? So that's what's going on with the vehicle up until making this video. Right now the vehicle needs tie rods. Mostly one inner tie rod. But when you're working on a vehicle, sometimes it's best if things come in pair or a set, replace them in pairs or the whole set. So I plan to have that done sometime along the line. I had it detailed by myself because I can do that. And if you want a car seat, headline, or whatever, you want a car detail interior wise, hit me. I do those things. The email up on the page, leave a comment down below. I do those things. So I detailed this car inside out. I took out the seats, the carpet, piece of the dashboard, and I detailed the car because honestly, when I got the car it was in good condition. It wasn't overly dirty, but it could have need some cleaning. Mostly because it was dusty. In part of like 2 months, but Jamaica, dusty. Most Jamaicans didn't really take care of their car. But I regress, clean it out. It took me like 4 days to really clean out the car completely from what it was to what it is now. I will be showing you guys pictures of this because I did take pictures of the before and after and during process, but I don't have any videos of it, and I will be showing you guys the car afterwards at the end of the video and just give you a brief walk around of the car as well. The car needs work from front to back. Every panel needs work, not in the sense that there's damage, dents and all of that, but the paint needs work. One and two panels here and there have dents, scratches and all that needs work. Typical 26-year-old car, so it'll come with little boo-boos here and there. The inside, no radio, no sound system, no speakers, plans for all of that. Stay tuned, all of that. AC blow coal, engine and transmission, sorry, right? But it being a 26-year-old car, I can't stress that enough. It is going to come with a few challenges and hiccups here and there, right? So we will be fixing all of that, we will be modernizing all of that, putting in some features, some specs, some accessories just to, modernize to make it feel more modern and not just look at it as a 26-year-old car. So yeah, I think that's basically it. On the outside of the car, like I said, the paint needs work. The rims on this car, for some reason, they at least three. I'll put that out. I don't know. I'll have to go and look and see which one had a crack in it. But the rims cracked. They repaired it, but they never repaired it properly. So some of the wheels leak. It needs some tires, especially front tires, because it has 3-year-old tires on it, and I feel like them dry rotted. The back ones look good same way, right? And yes, it's 3-year-old, so they're fairly fresh. But when I get into it, it needs tires. Do intend to do that, and I got some parts for the vehicle as well to replace, but I want to do everything one time instead of just do pieces and then come back and then do another piece at the same place. So I plan to just work on everything one time. The power steering repair though, I got something for that because it's a computer and I feel like the power regulator for the computer is off or it's bad. So I got some things to just do some work on the computer. We'll see how that goes. That will be a separate video for it by itself because that's a time consuming type of thing to do, right? I already checked the voltage and everything coming to the computer, and it's receiving 12 volts, but it's basically pushing out like 3 or 4 volts to the motor, which it shouldn't be doing. It should be pushing out way more than that. But like I said, it's going to be a separate video for itself, and we'll see what is what. And yeah, that is it. I'm about to show you guys the vehicle. We tried to put some tie rods on it, but unfortunately I got the wrong tie rods, and the inner ones are smaller than they should be. So yeah, I'll have to go source some inner tie rods, but the outer tie rods can work on the vehicle. So yeah, I might just buy another set, or I might just find a used one for the one that I do need. There's one inner tie rod I need, but let me say, sometimes you have to just basically replace things in pairs or sets, depending on what it is. And I wanted to just do the whole set, you know, because the old vehicle, and you know, just modernize some stuff back. So yeah, and I think that's it. I'm going to show you guys the vehicle, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. I don't know if I'm going to end this video. I might just end it after showing you guys the car. But anyways, here we go. Let me show you guys the car. Alright, so this is the vehicle. I should remember not to put my finger in front of the camera, but this is it. This is it. And like I said, it needs some body work. The paint job is not perfect. And two things that I did forget to mention is door handles. Like, these door handles are super hard to find. There are some persons out here that have these door handles, but at the same time they're selling it for like 10 grand a piece, and that for a door handle for a 26-year-old car is kind of ridiculous. But one thing I will say, please, if you have one of them carrier, put some grease in that door handle so that they don't break off and you don't have much resistance, because this door handle, it was so hard to open, and since I grease it, look at it, it moves so much better. But yeah, this is basically the car. And like I said, every panel on this car needs body work, right? The tail lights as well, all them crack up. I have plans for these, so nowhere in the self I have plans for these, right? But the car needs some love. It got hit in the back, and I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but right here is more inwards than over on the right hand side, and you can see that this body line right here, so it's somewhat big. Bumper is damaged here. This man recently rubbed off the side and cap on this bumper, right? Never pay that no man, because that means I have plans for this vehicle and stuff, and that's just the least right now. The rims, like I mentioned, the rims are okay, right? The tires, the back tires are in such great conditions compared to the front, and this is why I said earlier that I'm just going to replace 2 tires. I'm just going to put 2 tires on it and just leave the back, because honestly, this is like a brand new tire on the back of this. This is a 3-year-old tire, and it doesn't look as dry ratted at all compared to the front. But hey, front wheel drive car, like my father says, a front wheel drive car, so stuff when, you know, more wear and tear on the front side of things. What else? The headlights was the second thing that I forgot to mention. Like, whoever, one of the previous owners, the other guy that I got it from, or the guy before him, opened these headlights and didn't seal them properly, so you find that the lens is further off the headlight housing than it should, and the body line right here, so it isn't flush, so it's kind of hanging off, and then the gaps right here, so it's another thing. The bumper license plate that I mentioned as well, I always lick my foot on this, and I've always been mindful of it, need to change that. But at the same time, the bumper needs repairing, so until I can patch up these holes with something sturdy, just have to go and rock it. Fog lights, like I said, don't work well. That headlight right there, so don't come on immediately when you turn it on, but it does work. Not the brightest, but it does work. This is the wheel with the tie rod issue that hopefully I can get resolved. Hopefully sometime while making this video I can get it resolved. This wheel fell off. I think the lower ball joint or something like that fell off according to the previous owner, and it damaged the fender, so need work. Bonnet, right, so need work. As I said, the front bumper need work. This door, because the wheel fell off and it damaged the fender and threw it off, door needs work. Need a door handle. I believe that this door is the best looking door out of all the body panels then. I bet this whole side right here is the best looking side out of all of the panels then. Even though, you know, you have a one look at dinger right there, so, but at least a look at glaze or body filler, whichever one you want to use, can fix that. But apart from that, the car is good. That door you're not really lock 100% unless you get a little bit of force. But yeah, like I mentioned, the rims are welded, some of them on the inside and some both on inside and out, right? And it kind of leaks around them. I would like to keep these rims, right? But I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to do so. I might change them out, but I might keep them, because honestly, they're not bad rims. Them just scuff up and just want a little paint work. These little fake rivets or bolts, I would really like to remove them, because the one you're gone already, and then the one you look like you're ready for drop out along with the one here, because it's not a 2-piece rim, it's just a 1-piece heavy like hell. So yeah, definitely need to change out that. And as I'm bending down right here, so there is one more thing that I need to show on this car, and it is that rust spot. I don't think you can see it on camera, but there's a rust spot right down there that I need to also figure out how I'm going to fix that. But to get to that, I'll most likely have to take off the side skirt, at rocker panel as most people call it, but hey, side skirt, what I refer to it as, and fix that rust spot down there and stuff. The inside, I just put up pictures so that you guys can see the inside. Currently I miss the inside, I'll consider it a miss inside, so I'm not going to show you guys the inside, but inside is fairly clean. These sun visors, I'm definitely going to replace those. The previous owner had this vinyl strip down here. I had to remove that because it never installed properly, it just never looked good. I believe the car looked better without it. I'm just keeping these on right now because, you know,
The sun visor is over it. Power window. One power window, the other one on the driver's side doesn't work. But yeah, this is the car, this is the project. This is what I'm going to modernize to the best of my ability. But Pops will help me here and there. So you might see him get featured on the channel. He's a mechanic for God knows how long. Before my born, I guess. And I've been on this earth for God knows how long now. I'm not going to my age. But yes, this is the car. So, yes sir. We are going to be working on this, fixing it up, and see what we can do about it. I have mixed feelings about these hood props. They make the car look aggressive, but honestly I might remove them because it just seems unnecessary to me to have it on a car that, you know, is not fast and doesn't need much heat dissipation or control. So yeah, and speaking of heat, I would like to put on a splash shield underneath this, but we'll see how that goes. There's a ton of things we need to do to this car, right? The wiper fluid and motor, I believe, is gone. We need to replace them there. A whole heap of stuff I got. But anyways, stay tuned. We're gonna start it out. In the next video, we're gonna work on the front end, or might just throw in that at the end of the video. But then I've got to stay tuned, man. Subscribe and like to the channel, and you know, you'll see everything. So yeah, that's it for me. Alright, we got the part, right? The inner tie rod. This one is supposed to fit this this car. So we're gonna see what we can do. Normally we take off this. This is a new one we'll put on, right? Normally if we take off this, right, to get access, you know, free access to the inner one. Really don't want to do that, but if I can do the thing properly, take off the lock pin, loosen up the nut, and see what we can do. So I do this one-handed, but I have a tripod, so we're gonna pause this video and then resume it when we basically get this out, if we get it out. Alright, so we got it off, both inner and outer, we got it off. So the new outer one here that I'm gonna put on, I think I'll check that side as well to see how the outer one is, if it is okay. Most likely it's okay, but as a matter of fact, I won't necessarily check it right now. I might, but this is the main focus right now because as you can see here, the old one, yeah man, and then compared to the new one, nothing. So the old one, look at that, a ton of play. So we're gonna put it in and see if we can put it on back right at this moment so that the wheel is straight. Take off the nut here. I do this one-handed, so bear with me. I'm gonna get that pin here, put it over there, so put the nut here with it like this. So let me take out this locker out of the bag and put it on the inner tie rod. The one is looser than the old one, but new pieces of, to not call them, but new stuff, new components we're going to put on. Because the old one there still have it on, and we just have the new one on it. It's supposed to fit within those grooves right there. See if we can possibly zoom in on that so you can see. So these grooves right here is where this little thing fits into. So let's go. Screw it in. We can slide in the locking key. Make sure so it's in its place. Alright, that's as tight as my hand will get it at this moment. As you see, no play at all. So yeah, that's what we're going to do right there and there. So we got it in, right, as you see, no play. When compared to this, I have a ton of play in it, right? I can't even move this with my bare hand. So let's put back everything together and then I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the inner tie rod tightened down with a handed on the pipe wrench. Comes in handy. So right now we're just gonna put on the boot pan it. Put it as far up as it will go on it, right? I'll put on back. We're not doing this will require the vehicle to go on alignment stand. But I need a tire for this side, so I won't be doing that. So there's a trick to it. When doing this yourself, just remember how many turns it takes to take this off, the outer tie rod off. And you basically try to match that back while you're putting it on, just to keep the wheel straight. But regardless, it will need to go on alignment stand regardless, just to ensure that's 100% straight. So give me a sec, let me screw on this and we'll be right back. Alright, so put on back the outer tie rod, put in the cotter pin, we tighten it down, right? And we tighten the locking nut that secures the rotation between the inner tie rod and the outer tie rod, right? Put on back the boot. It's all good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put on back the wheel, right? And just go for a little stroll down the road and come back just to see how the wheel, you know, is aligned and stuff.
and then we take it from there, because if anything, we might have to come back, take off the wheel again, and do an adjustment on the inner tie rod link just to ensure that the wheel's straight. Give me a sec as we put everything together, then we out of here. Alright, so we put on the wheel. We did some adjustments because when we just put on the wheel was facing too much inwards and the other side did straight, so we did some adjustment on it. Now both sides basically looking straight. They kind of look like they're pointing in inwards a little bit, but hey, we're not up on alignment stand. We should take it on alignment stand now. When we get to change this tire, right? When we get to put 2 tires on it, we'll definitely put it on the alignment stand and make sure that it drives straight. But for now, it good. Rock the tire. No play, no knocking. The other side I look at knocking, so this is why I was saying earlier that we need to replace stuff in pairs or in sets when we're doing stuff like this, because this side was bad for so long that it could possibly put pressure up on the other side and throw it out. So the other side is kind of knocking a little bit, not as bad as this side, but when the time comes, we're definitely going to change the other side, put 2 tires and have it aligned. Most likely when I'm going to get the tires, I'll just buy it by the other side, put it on, and then alignment stand, and we're good to go. But for now, wheel solid. We're gonna get a little test drive now just to see how it drive and how things stay, and then depending on that, we'll come back and do some adjustments. If not, this is it. Alright, so forward back. Alright, so we'll go for a little test drive a while ago, and now it's pulling right. It's still pulling right. It was doing it before, but it's pulling right, and it's mainly because, I don't know if you can see it, but it's pointing right on this side, and then this side is basically straight, right? So we're gonna adjust that. The greatest thing is we can adjust it while the wheel is on the car. So yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We're going to loosen it back. We're tightening it too much, so we're going to go counterclockwise now and bring the wheel up a few turns, and then we'll test drive it again and see what's what. Alright, so we'll make the adjustment, right? Should be pointing inwards a lot more. We'll do another test drive, see if it still pulls to the right, and if it does, we'll do another adjustment and see what's what with it. So let's go for the test drive and see what we're going. Alright, so we got it as straight as we possibly could. It took some back and forth, multiple attempts, but we got the wheel as straight as we possibly can. At this point in time, still needs to go up an alignment stand, because I don't know if the camera do it justice, but you can see that the inner side of the tire is higher than the outer side, so that I got to throw off the whole suspension and thing. But we got it as straight as we possibly can. This side corrected with that side, over the right side matching up with the left side as much as possible, as eyeball possible. So yeah, right now we're going to give the car a local wash, because God know you deserve it, and yeah, then we'll take it from there. Alright, so it is the next day, and we got the inner tie rod installed on the right hand side. We checked the left hand side, and we also noticed that it have a little play line, nothing serious. So sometime down the line, we are definitely going to replace the left hand side to just make the front end solid. Front end still not solid as well, come like it needs some bushing, but that right wheel, the tire on it definitely needs to go, because before we replaced the part turning right, there was a ton of noise. Now that the part is replaced and we kind of get the vehicle, squared out, turning left, there's a lot of noise. I can't drive really fast either without the whole thing rattling. So I have a spare, the spare not 100, you can put it on it and see how the vehicle operates, right, on my way home. I don't really want to drive with that spare, because the spare is not really solid either. It kind of worse than what's currently on it, right? I'm not want to try to blow up on me, but yeah, that is the current state of the vehicle. Next video, we're going to install some sensors, do the valve body seals, the distributor seals, all of that. By God's grace, if possible, we can do all of that. I have a knock sensor to put on the vehicle. I need to take off the O2 sensor as well and see if I can solder the connections. I might have done it already, right? But I need to do something with it, because when I drive through water, it doesn't operate properly, and for some reason the vehicle stalls afterwards. So yeah, I need to sort out the O2 sensor, because it's a throw on code when I go through the water saying something about the fuel trim,
and the O2 sensor pops up for both of those codes. So we're definitely going to sort that out in the next video. Either tie up the wire somewhere where it doesn't get exposed to water and see what can happen. But hopefully in next video I can have you guys along with me through the whole process via tripod or on stand with the phone. So yeah, stay tuned. If you like what you've seen thus far, it can only get better, and I do apologize as well for the quality of the video. The HDR on the phone seems okay from the phone part, but when we put all of the files on the computer last night, the background kind of bright. So if it's still bear with me, first time doing this, it will get better. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.